This is just a quick overview of what has changed in your class hall in patch 7.2. Now I know this is for a demon hunter, but the basic principle applies across all classes. Now the first thing I'm actually going to start with is your mission board in your class hall. Now you may notice straight off the bat this one says 900, so that is correct. Your followers can now exceed item level 850 and go all the way to 900. Now I'm not too sure if you can use the pre-existing items you had to upgrade these, because there has been a new set of items to increase your character's item level, such as this one here, the bulky armor set, which obviously can give you a bonus roll of a spiked armor set, so you can then progress them even further. That is pretty much it. There is actually an ability to allow you to have 6, yes that's correct, 6 active champions opposed from 5. That is what I'll come to very shortly. There is, from what I can tell, a new sort of follower trainer or something that you can actually recruit. I'm still not 100% sure where I can actually recruit this. Now there was a mission for the Coil Scar to obtain the, I can never remember her name, Lady Cithino, and she is usually here. Now this is the Coil Scar, and this is for a Coil Scar brute. Now obviously this is specifically for a demon hunter, and I'd expect to be able to recruit it here, like you kind of do with the Illidari, or the Ash Tongue Warriors, from the Battle Lord Gardoon. So I'm not entirely sure what that is about. That might come later on. I could be missing something here. I probably should have read some other patch notes to actually find out where that was actually coming from. In regards to your class hall abilities, I'll need to, or sort of the class hall upgrades, your tree is now expanded. As you know, you probably went up to the 2 legendary item sort of upgrades, and then from there you were pretty much stuck. Well, now there is 2 additional ones, starting with the first upgrade, or the level 7 upgrade, which give you the ability of either Blades of Death, which increases success chance of your missions by 30%, or the Roster of Champions, which increases the number of champions you can have active at once by 1, which is what I picked, which is why I have 6 champions. The next ability is the Legion Full United, which artifact power items gained from world quests and missions have a chance to grant double artifact power. Now you're probably thinking, that's not all that great. Well, because artifacts change slightly with 7.2, trust me, that is great. That is a really, really good thing to have, so you want to get that as soon as possible. It takes 6 days, I think, to actually research it. I'm about a day or so into it, which is why I've got 4 days and 14 hours left. So, actually, was it only 5 days? Might have been 5 days. Might as well just check while we're here. So let's see what that actually should have said. Doesn't tell me. Brilliant. I think it's 5 or 6 days. I know that much. It's between 5 or 6 days anyway. You probably need to come and speak to Vahu the Withered, because he will actually tell you when you first speak to him, patch 7.2, as long as you haven't actually done anything else yet, that you need to go and speak to Khadgar in the Broken Shore. Now the reason you need to go and speak to Khadgar is you can now extend your research ability. You can now research beyond level, or research knowledge beyond 25. As you can see with mine, I am already on 26, which increases my artifact power gains by 100,000%. You are not misreading that. That is honestly what it says. Now you may have noticed that my sort of tree seems very similar to what it used to be, but based off some of the class hall missions, let me just sorry, the class hall missions from the 7.2 missions, you can actually change the weapon that you actually have, or sort of the artifact tree of the weapon you have. So you basically only need to now put 1 trait in Chaos Burn, and the rest goes into this new little tree that you have. Now, you may notice that the next requirement for me to upgrade this is 13 million artifact power. This is somewhat considerable. So the items on the Broken Shore now actually have a slight increase on artifact knowledge, or artifact power should I say, and obviously with my boost I'm now getting items of, like you can see here, 650,000 XP. Now you may think that's a lot. It's not that much when you think that the real high-end upgrades are actually something like 500 million. If I'm correct, I believe someone told me that the other day. But again, this is the PTR, things change. So that's just something to be mindful of. So you want to basically, the second you get into 7.2, go and upgrade your class hall or your artifact knowledge, or get that researching as fast as possible. So you want to get those on ASAP. Not much has changed in regards to the forge. Obviously the forge is still the same. You can then upgrade your items appropriately. Appearances, I think the Flame Reaper is actually a new appearance, if I'm correct, which is part of Kil'jaeden and the Broken Shore and the Tomb of Sargeras. Nice enhancements, to be honest. Looks pretty nice. Looks slightly better than the Demon Touch personally, and the Demon Blade, which I don't have either, which is handy. So those are the key things that you need to be aware of when you enter patch 7.2 in regards to your class hall. Now, like I said, this applies across the board to all classes. Go and check your upgrades, which I think you have to do a few prerequisite quests beforehand before you can actually do that. So the second you log in, hit the Broken Shore as fast as possible, do the prerequisites, do the little quest chains, and then hit your class hall again to get things upgraded and start those off. Because obviously these things can take even up to and including a week to actually process, and obviously the research books taking a couple of days. With that being said, that is pretty much it in a nutshell in regards to your class hall. There's not much more that I'm aware of. Obviously there's a couple of quest chains. One is to get additional champions for your class hall, or your class order hall. So such as Lady whatever the hell she was called, Sathino. And also for your class mount, but obviously your class mount isn't available until you have flying, so not until you have finished the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2, where you simply need to finish the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1, explore the Broken Shore, defend of the Broken Isles, where you simply have to do all of the 4 battles for the 4 regions of the Broken Shore. And finally, to reach Revered with the armies of Legion Fall, which again is going to take a little bit of time. Now, I hope you found this guide somewhat useful, and with that being said, I'll catch you next time.